At this time, I'd like to have Stephanie introduce our student Rotarians and have them give their presentations.
Sure. Our first student I'm going to start with is Quinn, is a senior at Canterbury High School. He's looking to attend Belmont or IU Bloomington. He has won the Malone Scholarship and a Fine Arts Specialist Certificate at Canterbury. And Quinn is going to tell us how he and his school lives out the service above self motto. Thanks for joining us, Quinn.
Thank you, Stephanie. As Stephanie said, my name is Quinn Salick. I'm a current senior at Canterbury High School, and I'm honored to be chosen as a student Rotarian for this month. At the end of last year, I was elected by my school peers as this year's service committee chair. My role is to mobilize students and significantly contribute to organizing service-based and outreach events, managing a team of peers and underclassmen to use the resources we have to make a difference in our community. Many students at my school have the resources to be able to give back to our community, so my job is to mobilize these students and provide opportunities to donate time and resources. Various organizations sponsoring events such as school food drives, clothing drives, other service-based programs such as Blessings in a Backpack, and Polar Plunge fundraising events. Although this year looks very different from past years, we were able to complete a week-long food drive in December, raising money and food donations, pairing with associated churches. Outside of my school, I'm involved in various service organizations, volunteering with Community Harvest in combination with many ministry-based service programs. I currently volunteer as a worship leader for my church, Central Ministries, where my role is to donate time to organize worship sets for our campus congregation in both high and middle school youth groups. In addition to this, I'm the small group leader for our middle school youth group, serving as a mentor for a group of 7th grade boys who I have had the privilege of growing close with over the past few years. I have also been involved in many mission trips throughout my high school experience, many in the nation and one international, serving in areas such as construction, camps for mentally disabled youth, and environmental cleanup. As many of you have experienced firsthand, this year presents unprecedented challenges for many groups and individuals in our community. For many people, service is demonstrated by giving resources, food, donations, or money to those in need. For others, service is demonstrated by giving time. Being an ambassador for service events in multiple communities, I've grown to respect the varying backgrounds of everyone I work with. Regardless, each individual demonstrates service in a different manner. We can make such an impact by simply giving small amounts of our time to bring joy and security to other individuals, whether it is spending time playing music at a nursing home or gathering donations for a local food bank. I am honored to have a role in service and outreach in a time where many people are in need of assistance more than ever. Thank you.
Well, Quinn, it sounds like you're well on your way to be a model citizen and have a service heart. We appreciate it. I know I have no vote in the matter, and Belmont may be a wonderful place, but as a graduate of IU Bloomington, you can't do any better than that.
Thank you.
And our second student of the month is E.E. Pio. She is a senior at Northside High School. She is looking to be a social worker or a counselor and attend IUPUI or Purdue Fort Wayne. She is president of National Honor Society and lettered in marching band and tennis. E.E., we'd love to hear how you and your school live out your service above self motto.
Hi, as she said, I'm E.E. Pio at Northside High School. I don't really have anything prepared or well written out like Quinn did. So here's me kind of winging it. Sorry about that. But I am, a part of National Honor Society. I am the president. I am also the student leader of Kids Surviving Cancer, which is a club at my school that we try our best to donate and support those in need. I also participate in gaming club, a world language club. I am third in my class, 0.01 away from being tied with the salutatorian. I could go on for like maybe 30 more seconds, but from what I've learned through these Zoom meetings is that the Rotary Club brings people together, people of different backgrounds, different professions, and different worldviews, which is something that reminds me of Northside. We're very diverse and come from many backgrounds and experiences. The Rotary group, they aim for something important, which is to make the community a better place. And that could look like a lot of things like supporting students and helping them develop lifelong skills, or hosting foreign exchange students so they're able to experience something different. In a way, I see that as tiny steps into diminishing social injustice. And the funny thing about social injustice is that it's very good at inviting itself anywhere it can. We've seen it firsthand, especially during this pandemic. We've seen it with the hate for protesters of the Black Lives Matter movement, or the attacks on Asians and Asian Americans because they're blamed for this happening. Or even back in 2001, where we had an attack and darker skinned Muslims were treated horribly throughout decades and still are. And I've been personally impacted by so many of these, and I'm sure everyone else has been as well. I remember not being able to go out in public and speaking anything but English. I remember getting stares. I mean, one thing about Northside is that I've always been treated equally, and it's a family, and so is Fort Wayne. Northside seems to have a way, well, most FWCS high schools have a way of showing effort. They ask their students to participate in activities of social injustice, as, for an example, having conferences and going to seminars. I also know that, well, it sounds like I'm kind of rambling. Sorry about that. FWCS schools and most high schools most likely try their best to encourage their students. And as a woman in the situation of color and being Asian American, being stripped of not being able to know my other side of the family because they're Muslim, I know that high school has made me see a lot of people who struggle, people who have baggage. And the part of the reason why I would like to be a social worker or a guidance counselor of any type is to help people like me and people that seem like they're doing fine, but they aren't. And I guess I'm just gonna cut it here because I don't want to ramble on about other things.
Well, EE, thank you for your comments, and Quinn as well. We invite students to attend Rotary because we want you to think outside the box and see that as you become an adult and take your place in the community, having a service heart is important. It's clear to me that you both already have a great service heart, and we benefit as well as you from having you attend and join us. And it's wonderful for us to see that there's certainly some wonderful people coming up behind us to be leaders within our community. So thank you.